boy sat talking with his dad. He said the teacher pulled out a book, taught us all about the flag, about the red, white, and blue, and how each color was defined, and why we stand hand over heart, pledge allegiance every time. His dad pulled out a box with a folded flag and said, "Trust me, son, it means way more than that. It's more than a flag, stars and stripes. Yeah, it waves for the ones who died and gave their lives so you and I could live our own. It stands for truth, it stands for grace. These colors don't run out to this day. Carry sacrifice and scars, every stripe and star it has. You might know the definition, but the truth is, it's more than a flag. Granddad fought in Vietnam back in '65. 352nd dropping bombs to lessen the threats he had to fight. Got sent home in '71 with one less leg and a purple heart. He used to say, "I gave some, but some gave all, and that's what we're fighting for." They gave your grandma this box on the day he passed. Fired 21 shots and fought it up that flag. It's more than a flag, stars and stripes. Yeah, it waves for the ones who died and gave their lives so you and I could live our own. It stands for truth, it stands for grace. These colors don't run out to this day. Carry sacrifice and scars, and every stripe and star it has. You might know the definition, but the truth is, it's more than a flag. It's there when we fight, it's there when we fall, foreign shores and right at home. Yeah, you know it's true. That's why we bleed red, white, and blue. It's more than a flag, stars and stripes. It waves for the ones who died and gave their lives so you and I can live our own. It stands for truth, it stands for grace. These colors don't run out to this day. Carry sacrifice and scars, every stripe and star it has. You might know the definition, but the truth is, it's more than a flag. You might know the definition, but the truth is, it's more than a flag.
Across an old green box in my granddaddy's house. Inside was a cross, some old dog tags, a picture of when he was shipping out. So I showed it to him. So tell me about those days when he looked inside inside, he closed his eyes. All he could say was, I hear bagpipes crying Amazing Grace, Omaha Beach and her crashing waves. Oh, glory draped like heaven's mercy over the fallen sons. I see all the heroes who were willing to fight in the name of freedom, laying down their lives and praying God's grace would keep us safe from harm till it brought us boys back home. To a boy that became a man. Now I'm ankle deep in this purge.
Good morning, my name is Keith Hauser, and I'm the flight leader as well as the Red Bus captain. Today, we're welcoming you on board the 99th Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. We are very honored to have you on board with us. On today's flight, we have the honor of escorting 56 veterans to D.C. for the day. 2 of those are World War II, 16 from Korea, 38 from Vietnam, and 3 gentlemen who served in both Korea and Vietnam. Among that group is 34 Army, 6 Navy, 8 Air Force, 9 Marines, no Coast Guard this flight, and our ages range from 72 to 97. And 97 happens to be our photographer Rob right here. Now collectively, you guys have been married over 2,000 years, which is pretty remarkable this day and age, so congratulations on that. Now our captain, we spoke before the plane took off, and he's got something very special in store for you today. He is a Navy pilot, a former Navy pilot, and he's asked me now to ask you to tighten your seatbelts as he is going to invert the aircraft. Kidding. Hold on. Today's 100 veterans earned medals for valor, campaigns, distinguished service, and even good conduct, despite what many of you told us at the meet and greet. Some volunteered for service while others were drafted. Many on today's flight have expressed their idea that they don't deserve to be with us today. We could not disagree more with that statement. All of you deserve to be here, and we're honored to have you. You guys followed your orders. You served in the air, on the ground, in the sea. And the veterans are absolutely the pride of our nation. I remember recently hearing an interview with a Medal of Honor recipient, and they were trying to goad him into saying whether or not he felt the country was divided. He said, that's beyond my pay grade. I served for everybody, every American. That's who I served for, not half. I served for all of them. I thought that was a great sentiment, especially today. Now, in the minds of many of our veterans are the brothers and sisters in arms who did not come home safely or have the opportunity to make this trip. At this time, we would like to honor them. So please, if you would close all of your windows, and after doing that, reach up and press your flight attendant call button. For our veterans, this is the time we'd like you to activate your blue bracelets that you're given before we left the aircraft. Not only would we like to honor those that you served with or didn't serve with and did not come home, but also we'd like to make special mention of a young man who was 43 we had on our July flight. He was our first Global War on Terror veteran, and sadly he passed away yesterday from cancer. His name was Dan McIntyre. He was also a St. Louis County police officer. So please join me for the next 30 seconds to pay our respects for those who lost their lives.
Got a corner lot on Dogwood Drive. A year-old truck and a 9-to-5. Comes home at night to a pretty wife with a baby due. He'll sleep in on Saturday, cut the grass if it don't rain. After church he'll watch the game and have a beer too. He'll stand up when he hears the anthem, and that won't ever change. He's still a soldier, his blood runs red, white, and blue. He put away his gun and last breath, he'll always be a soldier. He's still a soldier. He's on his couch for the news at 10. He'll see those places that he's been, and when a brother falls, there's a part of him that does too. And if they call and needed him back, oh, he'd be on that plane. He's still a soldier. His blood runs red, white, and blue. He put away his gun and boots, but he still believes the American dream. To his last breath, he'll always be a soldier. He don't wake up anymore when he hears thunder. Oh, but even if he lives to be 100, he'll still be a soldier. He's still a soldier. He's put away his gun and boots, but he still believes the American dream. Till his last breath, he'll always be a soldier. He's still a soldier. He's still a soldier.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your old flagpole is leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat," and I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching it write and say, 'Can you see?' And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its seams. And it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on though. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. 'Cause she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up right. on second thought, I do like to brag, 'cause I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
Breaks his heart seeing foreign cars filled with fuel it isn't ours, and wearing cotton we didn't grow. He's got the red, white, blue flying high on the farm, Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag in the back that says USA. He won't buy nothing that he can't fix, with WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench. He ain't prejudiced, he's just made in America. He loves his wife, but she's that wife that decorates on the 4th of July, but says every day's Independence Day. She's golden rule, teaches school. Some folks say it isn't cool, but she says the Pledge of Allegiance anyway. He's got the red, white, blue flying high on the farm, Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag in the back that says USA. He won't buy nothing that he can't fix, with WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench. He ain't prejudiced, he's just made in America. Born in a hot land, raised up a family, King James and Uncle Sam. He's got the red, white, blue flying high on the farm, Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag in the back that says USA. Won't buy nothing that he can't fix, with WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench. He ain't prejudiced, he's just made in America. Made in America. Made in America. Yeah, my old man's that old man. Made in America.
I hear people say we don't need this war, but I say there's some things worth fighting for. What about our freedom and this piece of ground? We didn't get to keep 'em by backing down. They say we don't realize the mess we're getting in. Before you start your preaching, let me ask you this, my friend. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see your homeland under fire and her people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. And you say we shouldn't worry about Bin Laden. Have you forgotten took all the footage off my TV. Said it's too disturbing for you and me. It'll just breed anger, that's what the experts say. If it was up to me, I'd show it every day. Some say this country's just out looking for a fight. Well, after 9/11, man, I'd have to say that's right. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see your homeland under fire and her people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. And we vowed to get the ones behind Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? I've been there with the soldiers who've gone away to war. You can bet that they remember just what they're fighting for. Have you forgotten all the people killed? Yes, some went down like heroes in that Pennsylvania field. Have you forgotten about our Pentagon? All the loved ones that we lost and those left to carry on. Don't you tell me not to worry about Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten?
Thank you so much for your service. We're so grateful for our St. Louis area veterans, and from Senator Hawley's office, we just wanted to say welcome to the nation's capital and thank you so much for being here.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless
defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
living here in paradise because of sacrifice from the lives of heroes. They leave their homes and family, fight for you and me, to protect our country. On foreign land they make their stand in the name of freedom. So let's show our love to the warriors. Thank you, soldier, for giving your lives, protecting me. Thank you, brothers, sisters too, for keeping our land free. Thank you, soldier. Thank you, soldier.
From the hall of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles on the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Hoorah! Hoorah! Hoorah!
Somewhere on a battlefield, a soldier kneels in the burning sun, camouflaging all his fears as he volunteers to go and save someone. Round after round, exploding sound out in the middle of nowhere. I hope that God above hears that soldier's prayer. Thank you, soldier, for giving your lives, protecting me. Thank you, brother,
Dearest son, it's almost June. I hope this letter catches up with you and finds you well. It's been dry, but they're calling for rain, and everything's the same old same in Johnsonville. Your stubborn old daddy ain't said too much, but I'm sure you know he sends his love. And she goes on in a letter from home. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, and they all laugh like there's something funny about the way I talk when I say mama sends her best, y'all. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work. And it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home. My dearest love, it's almost dawn. I've been lying here all night long, wondering where you might be. I saw your mama and I showed her the ring. Man on the television said something, so I couldn't sleep. But I'll be alright, I'm just missing you. And this is me kissing you, X's and O's, in a letter from home. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, and they all laugh 'cause she calls me honey, but they take it hard 'cause I don't read the good part. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work. And it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home. Dear son, I know I ain't written, I'm sitting here tonight alone in the kitchen. It occurs to me I might not have said it, so I'll say it now. Son, you make me proud. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, but no one laughs 'cause there ain't nothing funny when a soldier cries. And I just wipe my eyes. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work. And it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home.
I watched a young soldier take his seat on the plane, and the guy by the window said, "Son, what's your name?" He said, "Hi, I'm Jimmy, just back from overseas. When these boots touch down in Texas, I'm gonna drop to my knees, 'cause I ain't seen my wife 18 months and 14 days. The man smiled at him and said, Well, let me be the first to say, welcome home, welcome home. It's good to have you back where you belong. You fought hard for this land you love, and I thank you for all of us. We're proud to call you one of our own. Welcome home. And then the man looked away and said, I know how you must feel. I spent 2 long years in Vietnam. When I got back to Jacksonville, there were protest signs and picket lines, and some girls spit in my face. Hey, I was just a kid trying to make this world a safer place. Then his voice started trembling, and in his eyes I saw a tear. He said I didn't need a hero's welcome, but it's sure been nice to hear. Welcome home, welcome home. It's good to have you back where you belong. You fought hard for this land you love, and I thank you for all of us. We're proud to call you one of our own. Welcome home. Well, the band was playing and the crowd was cheering as we came walking through that gate. Then the soldier stopped and turned to the man standing near him, saluted him and said, Sir, I know it's a little late, but welcome home. Welcome home. It's good to have you back where you belong. You fought hard for this land you love, and I thank you for all of us. We're proud to call you one of our own. Yeah, we're so proud to call you one of our own.
How do I say thank you, Lord, for the way that you love and the way that you come, for all that you've done and all that you'll do. My heart pours out. Thank you. You don't have to come, but you always do. You show up in splendor and change the whole room. You don't have to come, but you always do. his eye and redemption in his heart.